What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to another edition MLB Daily Hit and Run Show. My mind is shot here. Pete Cole here with YourFearlessChoice.com. I got a guest today, longtime co-worker, longtime friend, Wes. I'm sorry we don't have Wes's Twitter handle up here. It's kind of a last-minute thing, but welcome, Wes. What's going on, man?
What's going on, my man? Glad to be back.
Finally, I'm getting so used to doing this show solo, but it's nice to have a different viewpoint. So all you guys that are actually watching, jump into the comments so we can talk this over. It's a big slate, big ass 12 game slate. First of all, YourFearlessChoice.com, $25 a month. That includes all sports, especially like I got tennis is gonna be going on pretty soon. Our NASCAR sports has been hitting every weekend. MLB. Finally, we had a down night last night. Not everybody, I did, but I didn't play much. And I knew it was gonna be a crappy slate last night. And we talked about it in the show yesterday. It was just with the rain and it was a small slate and just the way the pitching was. I'm glad I played light, so we can get right back into it tonight. But other sports, I said, we got tennis. What else we got going on? I said NASCAR. There's not much, I guess, huh? It's pretty much MLB right now.
Pretty much. That's about all that's going on.
Football starts in another, month? College? Well, I guess, yeah. I mean, training and stuff. And we got college football, which is my thing. That'll be starting at the end of August. So we have like another month here of straight MLB, and then it gets crazy again. So, but once again, check us out. You can't beat the price. All sports included. Our Discord is free. I'll type it in the comments in a second. You've been getting a lot of views on the show. We got a lot of views yesterday, I saw. So it'll be running all day on demand. Any questions, you can hit me up on Twitter or go to our Discord, which is free. And then there's premium rooms in the Discord. Last night said it was crazy. Just nothing. Mets. I knew Snell was going to break down, and he did. Mets had a big game, but I don't know. It was just a boring night. So I'm ready to get back into it. But this is not an easy slate. Me and Wes just talking about this off air. This is not going to be an easy slate, especially with the pitching. So let's start with the weather. We do have actually don't get confused on DK because they're showing like some of the opto stuff is still showing that Texas Cleveland game, but Texas Cleveland's off the slate now. So now we're covering 6 and 9, 12 games?
I don't think any of the weather games are on the slate tonight.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. What else do we have? We have Chicago, Baltimore possible, and I kind of like that game. The Cubs and Orioles. The only one I see orange from Kevin Roth. Rain around, hoping it's lighting up. They just decided to play through it per Kevin Roth of Rotor Grinders. Because I do like Kyle Bradish a little bit in this game as a GPP sneaky cheapo or whatever. But I also like some Cubs too. So that's pretty much only weather I'm seeing. Actually, in our Discord, my man Joe's been doing a really good job with the weather. So I hope he keeps up with that. It's been helping us a lot as we get toward lock. If any of you guys are premium members of MLB, so check that out. So weather, just Chicago, Baltimore, Vegas right now. And like Wes just told me, and he's right off air, we don't have any implied runs for Red Sox, Angels yet, or Yankees, Twins. Why don't we have any implied for Yankees, Twins yet?
Maybe it's because who's the Twins starter? Have they?
That's what I mean. It should be Twins is Sands. I believe it's that Sands kid, righty, Cole Sands. That's what I'm seeing. So keep that in the back of mind right now with the Vegas totals that are out there. It's the Braves 5.3 against Cole Irvin and Ozzie Albies game against the lefty. So Braves over 5, Blue Jays over 5.2 runs, and then the Astros, the only other team over 5 against the Mariners. That's a JV Justin Verlander game, and then we don't know about the Red Sox or Yankees. Money line, big favorites, probably JV, right? JV's the biggest favorite, right? 252 for the Astros.
Yeah.
Braves minus 250, big favorites. That's Kyle Wright game against the A's. We pick on the A's. Minus 226, Carlos Rodon. Will he put it back together? He's been a little bit of a slump against the Rockies. Well, we got a bunch of teams in the 200 range. Blue Jays minus 225, Alek Manoah against another old gas can who was pitching for the Royals, Daniel Lynch, I believe, right? So minus 225.
Keller's pitching tonight for the
Brian
Royals.
Keller, yeah. Why am I got Lynch? I still have Lynch in my mind. Brian Keller, who's actually better than Lynch, but 4 teams right now, heavy favorites, or at least minus 200 or above. Manoah, Rodon, Kyle Wright, and JV. And then the Rays sneaking up there minus 160 against the Cardinals. Another pitcher I like, Springs is a cheap one. So that's Vegas. Anything you want to add with Vegas?
I don't think so.
All right. What are you on a diet, Wes? You lose weight or what?
Yeah, I lost a lot of weight.
How you did? You look good. It's been a while. Wes was one of my main co-hosts last year's show, so it's good to have him back. Okay, let's talk baseball. Pitching tonight. So Wes has got some ownership in front of him. He'll throw some ownership out at me. You've got any BBP stuff? So DraftKings first. Let's talk about DraftKings.
All right. Well, the top 3 are going to be Rondon, Verlander, and Kyle Wright. And then this Whitlock kid for the Red Sox is showing 20-something%. I think that'll drop after they release the implied total there. And then after him, it's Skubal and Manoah.
All right, so now this is just me. My opinion right now, to me, I think JV is the arm of the slate. The way I'm looking at things. I got JV is all of a sudden. What just happened to my? I just lost a lot of my stuff. Okay, now I have a bad problem with my computer right now, but everything's popping up. Sorry. Okay, so JV right now is my main memes. I had a lot of notes written earlier. He's still JV. I mean, right now, let me see his last 5 starts though. I mean, he's got 3 wins his last 5 starts. He's strikeouts are down a little bit. They're only like 8 per 9, 8K per 9, but still 7 quality starts. Heavy favorite, like I said, like minus 250, 223 ERA, 0.80 whip. To me, he's a top overall armor slate. I don't think you can get him and Rodon together. And I'm not right now, even though it is Colorado, I'm not in love with Rodon. I mean, he was great start of the season. He's still striking people out. He is a favorite against a pretty bad offense, but I'm just not sure if I want to pay 10-3. I don't mind double banging, expensive pitchers, but I'm not sure if I want to go with Rodon. I could be completely off base here, but so looking over his last 5 starts, ERA of 5.61, a whip of 1.75. He's giving up, and he's also giving up 6 steals, which is to me a big factor also. So to me, Rodon is a GPP pivot off of GV, and I know people are going to be calling him cash. The way I see it. Who's the third guy? You said Kyle Wright?
Kyle Wright.
Now, Kyle Wright's 10-1. Now, yeah. I mean, I'm a Kyle Wright guy. I mean, he's pitching really well. He's really turned his career around. But once again, his last 5 also. I mean, he's 2 wins last 5. ERA 3.14. Oh, so whip of 1.19, not too bad. So he's definitely in play. But my guy is Tarek Skubal. I'm a big Skubal guy going up against Pittsburgh. I like the price. It's below 10K. Last 5 starts 2.5 ERA.
Bad Pirates team.
A bad Pirates team.
He's got over 5 strikeouts in 8 of his 10 starts this year too.
Pittsburgh's not hitting lefties. 304 WOBA. There's some good pitching here. And then we haven't even mentioned Alek Manoah, who may be the wild card in all this. Manoah on a season, 1.98 ERA, 0.91 whip. Strikeouts could be better. But to me, I'm rolling Scooble. Scooble's my guy here, and then I got to decide on, do I want Rodon, JV, Kyle Wright, or do I drop all the way down to I really like Jeffrey Springs for Tampa. It's a tough matchup against St. Louis, of course, but he is only 6'3". I just feel I just think this is one of those nights. Rodon is scaring me. All these guys have little blips. I'd rather go on to a guy like Wright, like Spring 6'3". If he can get past Goldie, he's got a little. His pitch high count is like 85, but that's why he's only 6'3" on DK. And coming off the season,
the Cardinals also have one of the lower implied totals today. They're only at 3. Their implied total is 3.4. There's only two teams that have a lower implied total today than the Cardinals.
Well, there you go. That's a good call there. His last game against Texas, he did well against Texas, and St. Louis, they're not striking out much against lefties. I see that 17% K rate. So they're a tough team, but low implied, like you said. He's a big favorite. The kid's talented, and we know how the Rays are with these pitchers. They come up with these. They come out of the woodwork of these pitchers. Now it's Springs. So Baz will be coming up next. But when you got a whip of 0.93, 27% K rate, almost 10K per 9. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And I have no problem right now. And there is going a high price and then a guy like Springs in cash, the way I look at it. Sean V always comes up with some good names, and Ranger Suarez. So I guess, I don't want to be jumping around. So let's just finish cash first. So me personally, I'm looking at like a JV or Scooble, and then maybe a Springs as my cheapo in cash, or like a JV and a Scooble, and go on high price. But I really think I want to get Springs in there. The way it's. Do you have any other opinions for cash before I give a couple of my?
No, I think it's going to come down if you're going to pay for JV, Rodon, or Wright, and then drop down and get Springs. The ownership looks like those three are going to split pretty much, and then you're going to need to have some. If you go two expensive pitchers, it's going to be tough to get the bats that we're going to need tonight. So,
you said off air, there's not much value.
Yeah, it's just not much value tonight, and it's going to be tough because this Red Sox Angels game, when that applied total comes out, the ownership for those guys is going to skyrocket, and you're going to want some of those bats in your lineup.
Totally agree. So I guess you got the memo. It's Blue Shirt Day, huh?
It's Cubs Day. I wore this for Eric.
All right, so yeah, we're talking cash right now, Sean. But Wes, I'm not sure you can see the comments if you hit the comment button up there. I'm not sure if you can see all the comments, but
yeah.
Okay, so once again, it's a huge slate. A lot of these guys are asking questions, and I'll hit all these pictures. But I think right now, even though ownership is telling us Rodon, I could be 100% wrong. I said a lot of pitchers tonight, but Rodon is scaring me, and it's tough to do what he did at the beginning of the season, and I'm starting to see blips. So I think Springs is a great cash play if you want to go cheaper, unless you want to stay up there. Nothing wrong with Kyle Wright either, or like JV. I'm a Scooble guy. Pittsburgh is a crap offense. We pick on them. Yeah, we do pick on Oakland too. So Kyle Wright is just some play too. But I'll take a couple $1 difference in Scooble. We know Scooble can definitely dominate a game if he wants to. Okay, so I did mention I like Kyle Bradish. We'll just get that out of the way first. Now, of course, he could get steamrolled here against this Cub team because I also like Patrick Wisdom a lot in the offense. But I think Bradish is a great value. Yes, he's got a high ERA, it's like 6.82. But turn on to the xFIP, 3.72. And better than that is look at this kid's strikeout rate is almost 30%. The kid's got stuff that, yes, has the kid got kicked around? Yep, he has. But he's also been kicked around by some good offenses. The Yankees, Tampa Bay, Boston totally destroyed him. Minnesota. But then he said, the Cardinals. He had a great game there about 2 or 3 weeks ago in May. Great game last game against Seattle. Didn't do bad. Like 14 DK points. At 5K, all we need, give me 10 points from the kid, and I'll move on. When they're in Baltimore, right? They're not in Wrigley, right?
No, they're in Baltimore tonight.
Okay. The wind is blowing out a little bit there, I see. But I will have some Bradish and some GPPs. Now, somebody just asked about a couple other names. Sean was asking about First Ranger Suarez. I was thinking, and actually, I was rating some stuff up this morning for some sites, and I did come across Suarez, and he actually is pitching much better. His last 5 starts, he almost has 10 strikeouts per 9 his last 5. That 3.8 Sierra is not bad. He's showing some unluckiness. That's how you say it. Limiting hard contact, not giving up any home runs, and the Brewers are struggling versus lefties. What is Ranger Suarez's price? I think he may be a sneaky GBP play. I think it's a nice call there by Sean Lee. What do you have for Suarez's price? Or I cannot find it.
Let me see.
8.2. So the price is, if he was 7.2, yeah. But once again, he's been pitching well. Past 5 starts. He had a blip against Atlanta, Dodgers, 2 great offenses, but also did well against the Dodgers too. So Suarez definitely GBP, but definitely a play. Great call, metal alloy on Jameson Taillon. Now, this guy goes right under the radar all season. Almost had that perfect game there last week. Usually these guys have these huge games like that. They screw up, but he's had 3 straight really good games, right?
Yeah, he has. He's
gonna be. What do you see for ownership on Taillon? Jameson Taillon.
He's way down there. Let's see. He is right around 3%.
He's at 9.5 price. That's That's what's keeping him so unknown, because what you got, all those other guys in that price range, especially Skubal. So definitely pivot from Skubal. Definitely in play against Minnesota, who's such a tilting team, striking out 25% against righties. And right now, the thing about Jameson Taillon is he doesn't strike people out. But if he's going to get us 8 or 9 innings, I'll take the 30 DK points easy.
Yeah.
Who any other people were missing? I named all my favorites. I thought I saw somebody else throw a name in there. I like the Taillon call. Taijuan Walker.
They've got on PrizePicks. They got his implied Ks at 3.5 today. I think that's an over, or was it?
Yeah,
3. He's got at 3 strikeouts today. So on PrizePicks, I would hit the over on that.
We'll see his last. Well, I see why. Well, last game against the Dodgers, 2 strikeouts, 94 pitches. Come on, man. That was like the game. Was it the Sunday night baseball game between Steele and the old man there, Waino? They had like 1 strikeout between 2 of them, like for 6 innings, something crazy. Right. So Walker has never been a big K guy, but Phillies, he had 1 K. But Colorado, he had like 6 or 7. Ground ball pitcher, right?
Yeah.
Pitcher friendly Park Petco. San Diego to strike out the righties, 23%. San Diego just isn't hitting righties at all. So that's not a bad call. I would know that's a fair price, $7,200 for GVPs, definitely. I had no problem throwing Taijuan Walker in there.
Yeah.
Okay, so these slates are tough when you got all these pitchers. So kind of like, what about anybody like? What's the FanDuel? Who's the big ownership guy in FanDuel? Do you have that up or no? If you don't worry about it. But
give me just a second. I can switch it over.
Just for the FanDuel people, but to kind of wrap up pitching, then Don't get me wrong. If you like Rodon, play Rodon. I'm just rather throw.
Rendon is going to be the highest on FanDuel because he's at 9.9. There's 5 guys over 10K. You got Wright, Skubal, Verlander, Manoah. Who else do they have it?
Maybe I'm wrong on Rodon. I'm not saying Rodon's going to get shit canned either. He's a good pitcher. I just think that there's. I'm a Skubal guy, and I'm a JV fan, but
Well, Rendon is double ownership over everybody else on FanDuel because he's of the stud pitchers, he's the least expensive by like Manoah's 11K.
Okay. Well, there you go then. Then that's feasible. You play Rodon on FanDuel. FanDuel.
If you're going to go cheap on FanDuel, I would say you go down to somebody like. It's still not super cheap. Where's it at? It would be Jeffrey Springs at 8.7. That'd be as far down as I would go on FanDuel. But Rendon is going to be the cash play.
And I respect all these kids that come up through the Tampa organ. Well, Springs actually, now thinking about it, wasn't Springs. So I think Springs came through the Red Sox organization. Pretty sure. Could be wrong, but I think he came through a Red Sox. Middle level, I just came up. Quintana. I can't even believe we're even talking about Jose Quintana, but yeah. Last 5 starts, 2.73 FIP, 1.37 ERA. That's pretty damn good for Jose Quintana. Yep, in his leash. I think he did go 96 pitches at San Diego, but so he does have a little bit more leash than we thought. But yeah, those are the innings, I guess.
Of all of the BVP, the Tigers have the best BVP against Quintana than anybody else.
Well, guys like Miggy been playing against for 25 years.
Well, you got the Bernhardt, the catcher, and Calendario. He's got some good BVP, and I think Shoot was decent.
Miggy's probably has to have a good one.
Yeah, Mickey's got the best BVP versus every pitcher in the league. He's hit him.
Quintana's been solid, though. You got to give him credit. Detroit's not hitting, especially lefties. 129 ISO to lefties. So Quintana at 7.5. You can make some really good stacks today. Like if you really like the Blue Jays or the Red Sox or some of these teams, and feasibly throw and Quintana and Taiwan Walker. And I'm noticing it, and especially the big GPPs, not the $25 single entry, something like that, but then with the bigger GPPs, like the big $15 ones, you see a lot of these guys playing like a Taiwan Walker / Quintana, something like that, because they're so low owned. And if you get 20 DK points out of each one of those guys, 40, you're going to leapfrog everybody if your stack goes off. So they're all great calls for GPPs. We didn't mention Garrett Whitlock. Whitlock is so up and down now, but he's in play. The GPPs, of course, against LA, who strike out like 26% against righties. So a lot of good pitchers tonight. There's not like no shooing values, but I do like Bradish, but GPP only. I'm not throwing Bradish. I'll probably only go as low as the Kip Springs, Jeffrey Springs. All right, that's pitching. Am I missing anybody? Anybody you like?
No, we hit on everybody that I was on.
Okay. The upside with Talana is he's like doing it with smoke and mirrors. He's not striking people out. Maybe there's some luck involved there, Sean. But and yeah, Luis Arias is awesome. He's the modern day Rod Crew. But he's still a platoon hitter. Because you look at Arias' splits. He's still a platoon hitter, in my opinion. Okay. Catcher. Let's got pitcher then. Catching is probably going to be – this is probably a tough slate for catcher. I've already reviewed catcher, and I think there's nobody that I have to have at catcher tonight. who is anybody like jumping out on ownership here?
Right now, the ownership's got Wilson Contreras at 23, and then the next closest is like 14%. And that's Will Smith and then Kirk are right there together. Then everybody else is single digits after that.
Exact. And Kirk is the guy. Brad Keller's no pushover. Keller's pitching better than he, had in his career and all that. But I posted that in our premium Discord earlier, where they said they put your name up on Twitter on the screen. I still don't see it, but okay, sorry. I threw it in the premium room where he is right now. He is first in batting average among catchers, 306. First in strike, which a low strikeout at 9%. This guy doesn't strike out. Second in WRC plus 146. Second in OBP 389. Second in slugging 465. Second in WOBA 374. Drawn walks 12.6. Third in the league, and fifth in home runs with 5. This kid, and this is a guy it just makes me mad because this is mostly seasonal baseball talk that he went through so many drafts this year and people didn't pick up on him and Alejandro Kirk. And I'm stuck with guys like Alfaro and stuff. Bo Kirk is a great play tonight. It doesn't matter. It's righty on righty. I'll take it. So Kirk's us play. If you don't want to go Kirk, Danny Johnson's having a great year too. Kirk can make the All-Star team, I think. And then Salvy's hitting the ball again, but it's against Manoa, so GBP only. I'm looking at Hupp. I forgot that game's not on. No, I gotta get rid of this Texas matchup. Zanino against Hudson. Zanino can hit a righty. He can hit a righty hard. See who else. Who else did you say? Travis Denard. I guess Denard's in a good spot.
Yeah.
Will Smith. Catcher, man. I don't know. I'm not going to waste my time here on catcher.
If you can't pay up, the pay down is probably going to be Jason Castro for the Astros.
I was looking at him earlier. It's like he had. I don't see the last time Castro even has a hit though. I was looking for a punt, and I ended up with a Tyler Heineman for Pittsburgh. I seen.
Kyle Hishigawa is only 2.6 for the Yankees. If he's not, I don't know if he's hurt still or not.
Yeah, that was I meant to look that up before the show too, but as I saw that point per dollar, and I don't think he's right now. Kyle Higashioka. I still don't have any news on him. He was on COVID list, right? He hasn't played in a while.
Yeah.
No. I think he played over the weekend. Now I think he played on Saturday. Yeah, no, he's on COVID. I think he did play on Saturday. So maybe one of you guys in chat know. Here I'm a Yankee guy too, but Cal Raleigh. Yep, Cal Raleigh's always in play. He's last times he's like my default go-to for catcher anymore. So that's not a bad call. Metal alloy on that call. And then you got Adley Rutschman. What's he now? 4K and DK, maybe Rutschman. And he's struggling a bit, but he's gonna start hitting. He's minimum price on FanDuel. You want to get really different on FanDuel? Run Rutschman out there. So that's the way. Yeah, that's the way that looks. Okay, first base. Let's get off catcher. Catcher's boring. Right, if we're looking at ownership, we're looking at probably. I see Vlad's so cheap. I can't believe how cheap Freddie Freeman is. Vlad's hot. What are we seeing here for first base?
First base, we have Vlad and Biggio, because Biggio's 2.3 is why he's leading ownership right now. Vlad is at 11, and then it's super spread out. Gavin Sheets for the White Sox is up there. Freeman is up there. I mean, just right now the ownership at first base is very, very, very spread out.
Yeah, Metal Allied. That's why I mentioned Heineman at the end because he's got a couple hits here. Okay, so Kevon Biggio is actually starting to hit the ball a little bit. I mean, not with much power, but you can probably. I think you can play Kevon at first or second, right? But it's
First,
Vlad.
yeah.
Vlad is definitely your top play. He's just crushing right now, and now we're finally starting to see the Vlad that we were been waiting for all season. Took a while to get used to it, or took him a while to get back into it, but he's finally hitting. So I'm Vlad probably in my main lineup, and
Yeah.
4 homers, 6 ribbies over the last week. Now the pay up is of course still Goldie. Goldie is just crushing. He just keeps on crushing. 442 Woba. And then I look at Freddie Freeman. Why is Freddie Freeman only 4.6, 3.7 on FanDuel? What are they? I mean, he gets the platoon advantage over Michael Kopech, who's a good pitcher, but hasn't been pitching that well lately. Freddie Freeman's going to be the one that falls right through the cracks here. $100 less than Vlad, and Freeman, definitely you want to get him in your lineup as a pivot off of Vlad for GVPs. Way too cheap for free Freddie.
Right.
I like Mountcastle as a cheapo. Mountcastle's really been hitting the ball. He's gonna be low owned. Last 7 games, 7 hits, 2 doubles, 3 homers. He's going up against Keegan Thompson. You know more about Keegan Thompson probably than I do. Keegan Thompson. What's Keegan Thompson still? I mean, we're not looking at Keegan Thompson off or anything, right?
No, he's going to be trash. The Cubs pitching staff is garbage.
Right. So, I like Mountcastle. Then I guess you also throw in, you can throw Mancini. But I like Mountcastle a lot here. Definitely, he's definitely my top value tonight. First base by far.
I like also like Walsh and Duffy from the Angels today.
Jared Walsh, definitely good call. It was anytime Jared Walsh got that platoon, and when he faces righties, he had a tough one last night. And I was all over him, but he's not going to hit homers every night. But Jared Walsh crushes righties, good spot. Alonso going to be very low owned against you. Great GPP play. See Luke White may end up catching a little bit of maybe some love because he's so cheap, 2,700. Maybe like a Rice Hawkins. So I don't know. It's all about Vlad though. Cash Vlad, GBP, roll it back with a pivot to definitely Freddie, some Goldie, and I like Mountcastle. Good call by Wes on Jared Walsh. Did you say somebody else too?
Matt Duffy, both the Angel guys that are first base eligible.
What did Duffy do last night? He was popular last night.
I think he ended up with 5 points.
I fell asleep early last night, man. I still can't. I can't taste nothing. It's driving me out of my mind. Okay, so yeah, Duffy's in play then. So now Duffy's now first base, third base eligible. Last night he was third base outfield, I think.
Yeah, he's first and third today.
Matt Carpenter. Well, what's Carpenter? What is he eligible now in DK? What's Carpenter? Is he third base or what? I think third base, right?
I think
so. You guys are getting me off the track here.
I don't see him as he's not first base eligible.
Well, DK they don't have him projected starting tonight. That's why he's not popping up on my stuff.
Yeah.
No, Matt Carpenter's not a thing anymore. I got lucky we was on that one day last week. He had a home run for me, and then I'm not wearing on my welcome with Matt Carpenter. Okay, second base to me. Well, what's ownership telling us?
Ownership says it's Gavin Biggio, then Leroy Garcia from the White Sox at 16 and 17. Then you got LeMahieu at 12 and Altuve at almost 10.
To me, it's all about Ozzie Albies against the lefty. Boom City. Am I missing something here on Albies or what?
I think it's the price. He's 4.6.
Yeah, but that's not. He's usually in the fives. 251 ISO, 397 wool, but 331 batting average. She crushes lefties with power. I'm paying $4,600 for Albies.
I think it's just because I think he's pushed down because the starting pitching is so high, and this is, second base is usually a value position.
No, you're right, and because we're going to find value somewhere. And Ozzy's hitting 293 over his last 20 games. I like to see, but I understand why Leroy Garcia is going to be popular, right? Because of he'll hit up in the order, right? What about Chris Morel? Because this kid's on. If I'm not playing Albies, I'm going down to Morel. Well, I can't say I'm going down. It's only $300 less than Albies now on DK.
He's been getting on base like every game. I like that kid. The Morel kid for the Cubs.
Last 18 games. 6 stolen bases, 19 games. Kid's been great, right? So,
and he's leading off.
Exactly. Against a rookie, Kyle Bradish. Even though I like Bradish, though, but I'm not playing Bradish in cash or anything. So, like Morel, to me, it's all about Ozzy Albies, though. Altuve's up there also. Altuve's always in play. Altuve's just hitting 309 over the last 20 games. So, Chris Flexen, who stinks. And then we said Kevon Biggio, who's actually starting to hit a little bit. Big game against the Twins over the weekend. Yeah, that was 20 DK points. Well, I don't mess with Kevon Biggio. He needs to show me a little bit more. Anybody else that we're missing here? Rogo Doors always in play. Home run or bust against Keegan Thompson. He could lose one. Keegan. Scope. Here's one. Scope. Righty lefty. I could dig that. That's it. Ozzy Albies. Espinal. I know it's Espinal. You can play Espinal on third base too. Espinal has really been hitting. I was going to bring him up at third, but this kid, what is he? 3.6, 400 last week, 300 last month batting average. Whoa! So last 6 games, 4 of them double-digit DK points. This guy just keeps hitting, huh? Santiago Espinal. When's this going to come to an end now? Maybe not. Hitter-friendly park, Kauffman Stadium. Okay, but yeah, definitely 1,000% of Espinal over Biggio, even though it's like $1,000 price difference. Okay, so I'm all about Ozzy Albies today. Third base, so no J Ram. What do you got for ownership?
You got Devers and LeMahieu at 13 and 12, and then you got La Stella at 8. And then it's from a whole bunch really close.
First of all, we get the bringer of rain is coming back to Minnesota. So if I'm playing any Yankee, it's Donaldson. Revenge game, if you want to call it that. But I like Devers, definitely. Devers, great spot. I mentioned Patrick Wisdom. I think Wisdom's a great GPP play. I don't play Wisdom in cash because boomer bust. Not much. Gino Suarez going against JV. Maybe Machado against Taiwan. Oh, here's one about Austin Riley. Boom. He's crushing the ball. Really crushing the ball. What's his price? 55?
55 is his price.
What's Devers?
53.
So Riley's more than Devers right now. Well, Riley's definitely crushing the ball, but so's Devers. Devers last 20 games, 369 batting average, 6 homers, 12 ribbies. Riley last 20, 301 batting average, 7 homers, 16 ribbies. Pretty much similar. So it's either would you rather get Devers against, we don't know who's pitching for the Angels, right? Who's pitching for the Angels? Is it Detmers?
Detmers.
Okay, and then O'Reilly against Cole Irvin. I'd probably rather get right. I don't know. Detmers is so up and down. Both hitters park. I'd rather probably hit in Atlanta than LA, but the Angel Stadium's a hitter's park too, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
What about Donovan Walton? Yeah, I mean, he hit that grand slam the other day, right? I don't know. What's Walton's price? He's got to be minimum price, right? And I don't know if he's I mean, those guys down that order for the Giants, I guess anything could happen. Walton's not even showing up in my projections right now.
Not either.
But I do know he hit a grand slam the other day.
Who are you talking about? Longoria?
Sean B saying Detmer's got better home splits in his park, does he? Maybe that's a good call. Maybe that's what takes me to Austin Riley then. That might be a move like that is what could make the difference in a couple $100 winning. If Devers goes 0 for 4, and then you got Austin Riley loses one. All right, it's a good call. It's Detmer's. I mean, Detmer's a talent. We saw him. We saw what he did earlier this season. So, he's a kid. So up and down. All right, so maybe Austin Riley's the play. And I think Riley is the play. What about who's really cheap on FanDuel is Evan Longoria. You want to be different. I could dig a little Longo. He's one of my favorite players. And against Marquez, I mean, Longo's a professional hitter. He knows how to hit the ball. Key Bryant against Scooble. Don't like that one. So Austin Riley's my play. If not, I'm going to the Bringer of Rain. We still haven't found really shut down value plays here, but may have to wait for lineups to pop out. Third base. Okay, what do you got? I mean, shortstop. What we got?
Shortstop, you got Garcia at 2,800 is 16. Then you got Trey Turner at 5,600 at 14. And then you got Walton at 2.3 at 10%. And then it's everybody's between 7 and below after that.
All right. Sean V, you worried about Coors hangover? I usually worry about going into Coors first game and a Coors hangover personally, but who's your top shortstop for ownership?
Garcia, the White Sox kid. Leroy Garcia.
Beside him. Anybody else?
That's the top ownership.
So, Bobby Witt against Manoah. Nah. Nope. Seager's off the board. Forget about that. Yeah, third base is tough here, huh? I mean, shortstop's tough. Baez. Yeah. Javi Baez is below 4K now.
Yeah, he's 3.9.
I mean, he's not hit at all, but he did have a good game his last game against the Yankees. So Baez is very appealing. Yeah. Dansby's still under 5K.
Barely.
Dansby's really hitting. No, I think Dansby's my favorite play. Dansby or Baez. I mean, he's neutral. He's pretty much Dansby's neutral against razor lefties, so you don't have to worry about splits with him.
What about Brandon Crawford against Marquez?
I mean, Crawford's always in play. What's Crawford's price? I haven't. Really
he's got the best BVP. I mean, he's got 11 hits and 32 at bats, a home run, a triple, a double, a 344 average, 400 on base percentage.
You got to remember a lot. You got to take some of that into consideration. A lot of Coors, in Coors. That's the only problem. But obviously, he does see him. So,
yeah.
I mean, Brandon Crawford's always in play. I think. God, I don't want to be stuck with one of the Leroy Garcia type plays, but man, maybe we can find something in the outfield. I think I probably lean to Javi Baez at 3,900, if not Dansby. Me personally. All right, this shortstop stinks. That there's terrible value here tonight. Here, man. We just have to suck up one of these guys and deal with it. Like a Leroy Garcia, Donovan Walton. Donovan Walton is showing up. It is showing up. I was looking on the third base. So Donovan Walton at 2-3. He is a lefty though, and Marquez is a righty. So maybe. What's Walton been doing beside that grand slam? Whoa, so he's actually had 3 good games here. But 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, a couple doubles, home run. So GVP only. I forgot he's an ex-Mariner. I wonder where he came from. Okay, outfield. So we all know the usual suspects in the outfield. But
the ownership in the outfield right now has Ian Happ at 20, Cedric Mullins at almost 20, Tapia at 12, Judge, Santander, and Schwarber all at 11.
I mean, I like the spot these Phillies are in. The Harper, I like Harper Schwarber spot. This Alexander kid is not bad though from Milwaukee, from what I've seen.
Who?
This kid from Milwaukee is Alexander kid. I know it's Jason Alexander, I think it is. He's kind of spot starting until Woodruff comes back. But he had a good game at first. He pitched one other game. He pitched well. So, I mean, we all know all the usual guys. Alvarez still hot against the righty, great play, 5,900 though. I mean, all those you can play any of those guys.
Yeah,
Trout's gonna eventually wake up and go on an explosion. We know that he finally had a hit yesterday, so he's way overdue. Like Harper, like Schwarber, we want to try and get down in that cheaper range. So we're not going to play all these expensive guys. How about you're saying Ian Happ's in a good spot against the righty? Happ's really not.
Ian Happ's a switch hitter.
Ian Happ's a good damn hitter, isn't he?
Yeah, he's pretty good. I like him. He's like kind of like Tommy La Stella. He's always putting the bat on the ball.
Power, I think.
Yeah.
$3,600 fair price for Ian Happ. Yep. Kutch.
He leaves batting third too. So.
Yeah, I can see Ian Happ. I see why he's being popular then. Kutch has been he's starting to hit a little bit, right? So I'd rather go Happ. So we know all the usual suspects, but we got to find we need a value here, 1 or 2 values. So wow, there's not much.
Is Springer playing tonight, or is it Tapia?
Springer should be playing. Why not? Is he hurt? He didn't get hurt, did he?
No, I don't think he got hurt. I just don't see him in the owner. He's way down on the ownership.
I mean, Tapia is nuts. I can't play that guy. Do you see his picture on RG? His little card they call it? Oh my god, he's got some long ass blonde dreads. Taylor, no, Trammell's against JV. Man, value is bad here. We really got to dig in today, this afternoon, and find the right value play in the outfield. And what do you guys in chat? Do you guys see anybody that jumps out? Because I really don't. Ian Happ is probably the top value at 3.6, but below that, I don't. This mob is going against Scooble. The Sawinski kid's starting to hit. Wow, this is not good value tonight. It's gonna be hard to go too expensive pitchers. Yeah. Cedric Mullins 4.2. So I'll pay 4.2 for Mullins instead of going up to 6K for one of these guys. So you have to go like a Cedric Mullins, Ian Happ play, 7K for two different, for 2 good pitchers instead of 2 good players instead of 6K for one guy. So Mullins, I think, is a good spot at 4.2. We know what Mullins can do. Trent Grisham, good call on Trent Grisham. I just saw Grisham's name has popped up on me when you said that. Brian Reynolds is only 3.9, but he's going up against Scooble, and I like Scooble. Trent Grisham's only 2,600. I guess we do like him then. Man, these guys. This is Daz Cameron. No. Clint Frazier. He just never learned how to hit. Yeah, Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham's not a bad play. Better than playing like a Jackie Bradley Jr. or JBJ or something. What about here's one? Well, no, he's Austin Hayes is up to 4K now, 3,900. Damn. Mark Canna. And so Trent Grisham, that's a good call. Good call, $2,600. But he's not hitting though, really. Well, 210 over the last 20 games, but last week he's hitting 290. So Thomas Duvall though, he's reverse splitsy type, and I'm a Duvall guy. I just can't. He's not swinging the bat right. So, but the Harris kid, maybe. Harris kid keeps hitting Michael Harris a second, right?
Right.
Possibly him at 2,500. I could dig him going up against Oakland. So Harris, Trent Grisham, we like Hap. Mark Hanna, good. That's not a bad call, and I like that. I like that Mullins price. Okay, so who's your top stack?
Top stack tonight's probably going to be the Red Sox.
Yeah, bounce back spot.
Yeah, I think they'll score more than one run tonight.
I want to say the Jays, but they never do anything for me anymore. So I'm going to the Braves. Love them against the lefty tonight at home. Hitters Park. Definitely Ozzie Albies is going to smash one. I think the Yankees may come in very under-owned quiet against this Cole Sands kid. And here's a sneaky one. I think anybody's going to play them. What about the Giants? I mean, Marquez is not the same pitcher.
Yeah. The Giants will be a low-owned stack.
They're going to be very low-owned. Yep. You know, it's going to worry about pinch hitting, though. But all right, so West likes Red Sox. I like the Braves. I'll probably throw some Yankees in there. I'm going to have to throw the Jays because I want to be on fine when they go off, and they just never seem to go off when I play them. And the Giants is sneaky, and I said the Yankees. Okay, who's your home run call? I'm going. I got to go with Ozzie Albies. But then I'll give another one since I've been touting Ozzie all day. Someone a little bit different.
I'm going to go with Morel for the Cubs, and I'm going another one, a cheaper guy. Joey Gallo is 2,300 on FanDuel. I'm going to go with him.
All right. I passed right over, and he's on fire now. A streaky hitter. We didn't mention $4,600. Kyle Tucker, who's hit back to back now. So Tucker's seemed like same thing happened last year, early June. The kid's getting hot now. So Kyle Tucker, I'll pay $4,600 for Tucker instead of the $6K for Alvarez, even though Alvarez is on fire. But Tucker is really starting to turn around too. So Ozzie Albies, Kyle Tucker for me. Who'd you say? You said Morel and Gallo?
Yeah.
All right. So what's on my call?
You got any PrizePicks that you've looked at?
I got to pull them back up again. Do you see anything?
All right. I've got four that I looked up earlier that I like.
All right.
Alex Bergman over 1.5 bases. Garrett Whitlock under 4.5 strikeouts. He's only had over 5 strikeouts one time in his last 5 games.
Okay.
Walker over 3 strikeouts, and then Jared Walsh over 0.5 runs and RBIs.
Walsh over 0.5 what runs RBI? You said.
Yeah.
All right. First one is jump right out at me is the Scooble over 5.5 Ks. Definitely Scooble over 5.5 Ks. Wow, that's almost a damn misprice to me. Or miss whatever you want to call it. Misprop. And yeah, just pretty much schoolball. I thought there was one. Oh, Kyle Wright. Take the Kyle Wright over 35.5 fantasy score. So I had that written down from earlier too. And then, yeah, definitely. Oh, and you hockey guys, Adam Fox over half an assist. Been running that for forever now, every game. And I'm not going to stay with it. Adam Fox, because the Blue Shirts are winning tonight in Tampa. Okay. All right, guys. I guess that's it. Any questions for anybody before we get out of here? Big ass slate tonight. I'll have some stuff later on in premium Discord once we get some more weather. The pitching kind of break down the pitch a little bit more, and that's it. Wes, thank you for jumping in. Appreciate it.
Yeah, anytime, dude. I'm glad to be back.
It's been real. All right, guys. Thank you. Peace. Out of here.
Take it easy. Later.